What's that?
It's 10.
Oh, that's true, yeah. 10 today and then 8 tomorrow.
Dario's going to be in the big blind here. Angel Shlomi raising under the gun with kings.
Shlomi has a big one, and he's not playing around. He almost makes it 5 times the big blind.
Bonyadi with sixes will call. Negreanu on the button has 10-9 of diamonds.
Negreanu's loving life right now on the button with this hand. He's really thinking about it. He's confused with this 5x open out of Shlomi.
But he makes the call. Both blinds will fold, so 3 players will see a flop. No 6 for Bonyadi, but a 9 high flop could get Daniel in trouble here.
Daniel looked a big speculative pre-flop, and now he's picked up top pair. He might get in trouble.
Shlomi continues. He's made it 15-25. It's a pot-sized bet.
No slow playing for Shlomi. 5x pre-flop, pot on the flop. Daniel's still not convinced. He wants to call.
But should he call?
Daniel has a tough time folding pairs, and this is top pair. He should probably fold, but I don't see it happening.
He does make the call.
A big pot is brewing.
No real threat out there to Shlomi's kings.
Shlomi can't be too concerned about this turn card.
21-25.
This time he decides to make it a little bit cheaper for Negreanu. He went full pot on the flop, right around half pot on the turn.
Surely this is where Daniel lets it go.
Daniel is trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together. And he makes the call. He's not entirely convinced yet. Again, this river really doesn't change much. The only hand this helps is 6-7 or 8-9. And Shlomi only fires out a 3rd pot on this river. He gives Negreanu a fair price to make this call. He's getting 4-1 on his money.
Well, let's see if Daniel can get away from this.
Raise.
Daniel is determined Angel's small river bet is a value hand that Kid Poker can't beat. Although it's hard for him to rep a hand, he's bumping it up.
Here you got aces or kings. Can I say that, or is that illegal? Heads up. I can say what he has, but not what I have. Yeah. Okay. I'm thinking aces or kings.
You think right.
Daniel really pulled the trigger correctly on that one.
And Shlomi's now thinking, if you've read me for aces or kings, surely you can beat aces or kings. I have to fold.
If I show one, do I have to show all? No. Okay. Okay. I can show one? I can show one if I want to? I don't feel like it. Never mind. I don't have a good one to show.
Great start for Daniel. Almost a double float there, and then a bluff on the river, which got the job done.
Negreanu wasted no time pulling out the tricks from his playbook.
Daniel is one of poker's biggest personalities, and if he ever wins its biggest event, he'll have to hire another personal assistant just to sign his autograph everywhere.
Good point. He opens under the gun to 44,000 with Queen 10 of hearts. He is a fan favorite player, tweeter, blogger, you name it, they love him.
Yeah, but he has been in a bracelet drought. He's only won one since his 2004 Player of the Year summer.
To Pollock now with pocket nines.
Pollock says he'd rather win the main event bracelet than an Oscar because he could wear the bracelet.
He was nominated for a Blockbuster Entertainment Award in 2000 for End of Days.
You can't wear a Blockbuster Entertainment Award anywhere.
Hey, how you doing? What's your name? Bell. Bell? Nice to meet you, Bell. I'm Kevin. I don't look either.
You know, at this point, Daniel clearly knows Kevin's got a better hand than he does.
Not important.
Raise.
All right, a re-raise announced.
Well, when Kevin Pollock 3-bets, it's like a code blue in a hospital. Everyone's on high alert.
He makes it 140,000.
Fold best hand.
Folded to Poker Pro and bracelet winner Chance Corneth with 2 red jacks.
Tricky pocket jacks against the 3-bet from the tightest guy here, who just committed 1/3 of his stack, plus Daniel Negreanu still to act.
So much to consider. And the jacks meekly go into the muck. Daniel folds, give it to Pollock.
Do you accept bribes to see your hand?
How much?
I got $5 on it. Dan
$5?
did it for 5 earlier.
5?
10?
For each, guys.
I'll throw in a hug.
Pollock shouldn't show his hand for any price unless it's 7 deuce.
Hi, Jacks.
6? 1 jack or 2?
3.
Just now?
You had the best hand then. Jacks? He had like 9s or something. 9s or 8s.
Oh yeah, did I mention Negreanu can read your soul?
Back to Daniel Negreanu with the featured table. He's got a pair of 7s against Matt Trout, who's got an up and down straight draw after the flop. Turn card is a 10. Trout hits his straight. Daniel can only hope for a chop.
Lon, what Daniel does is pretty simple. He says you get into someone's head, understand how they approach the game, and then you play their tendencies. It's just hard to master.
Trout, a 28-year-old mortgage consultant from Wisconsin, checks it over to Negreanu. Daniel bets 4,000. Daniel with a pair of 7s. Trout check raises all in.
I had you on the flop, then you got me on the turn.
He's right again.
I had you, but then that card changed the leader, I'm pretty sure, right?
Couldn't we use Daniel to track down Bin Laden?
You had like some kind of 9 in your hand, right? Like a king 9 or
King 9.
9 whatever. Take it.
Daniel folds.
You're a sick human. King 9?
King 9.
I did it again! Yes!
Even when you lose, they cheer for you.
I had you till then.
What, you couldn't give us the suits?
Oh boy, I'm reading good today. That's good. I'm reading good. I'm feeling good.
Jerry Buss is still trying to manage a big-time chip deficit to Daniel Negreanu. Queen Jack offsuit and quickly moves all in. Jerry Buss on ace-10 quickly calls.
It's the right call. He's got the best hand.
That's not good news.
Well, no, I don't have very many chips, then. 1,800 around. I got 2 rounds left. I'm going to call. I think you probably got me.
I don't know. I have a decent hand.
Daniel has a little hope. Jerry said, I think you finally got me. Daniel turned over his queen high like it might be the best hand.
Get lucky one time.
These two have been very forthcoming about their hole cards so far in this match. Flop is 5, 9, 10. A pair of 10s for Jerry Buss.
I got another big hand.
Right, but Daniel's flopped an open-end straight draw. Daniel has a lot of cards to win with. In fact, it's pretty close. You see the graphic, 52 to 48.
I'd open it straight against the pair.
He needs an 8,
2 of hearts, 4 diamonds.
Jack, queen, or king.
2 of hearts, 4 diamonds.
Again,
Jerry calling for the cards he wants
Not
again.
again.
That would be a good
Daniel said, not again. You did it once. Don't do it
Not
again.
an 8. 8 of diamonds. That'll be exciting.
No.
Turn is the 8 of diamonds, and Daniel makes it straight.
He said 8 of diamonds, and 8 of diamonds came. Amazing. Now Jerry needs another diamond to make a flush.
Jack of diamonds.
Daniel says jack of diamonds because that would give him a straight flush, negating Jerry's ace-high flush.
Not the jack of diamonds.
The river, the Jack of diamonds. You gotta be kidding.
I called the 8 and the Jack. That's unbelievable. I called the 8 and the Jack. Unbelievable. I made the straight flush.
That is unbelievable, Matt. He called the 8 of diamonds, and then he called the jack of diamonds. Unbelievable.
I got to go buy me a Lakers jersey now.
Let's get back to our featured table where Daniel Negreanu is front and center. And Negreanu with Queen 10 offsuit.
I know how badly Daniel wants to win the main event, but I still think he does too many other things. He plays golf. He's got his own blog. He's doing Wii bowling. He's scattered.
He does raise it to 3,000. Over to Ryan McLean with pocket aces. He's another Canadian player. He's from Edmonton.
Maybe this is the Canadians' year to win the main event.
A re-raise to 9,000 from the small blind from McLean. So that action back to Daniel now from Toronto. Lives here in Vegas.
I don't really want to, but I kind of have to.
Well, you didn't have to, Daniel. But he did. He calls.
6,000 more. These two Canadians to the flop. It is 5-4 queen, and that's dangerous. Daniel paired his top card.
You see, Daniel hits top pair, and he's hopelessly behind. That's why he didn't have to.
You know what I think he's got? Aces.
That is uncanny.
I think he's got 2 aces.
What do you do if you're McLean now?
Well, I'm not even sure McLean has aces, and we can see his cards.
McLean, a little more than half the pot. Bets 12,000 with his aces.
Well, if Daniel is so sure he has aces, why did he reach for chips?
Yeah, he made the call.
Give him an ace over there.
Turn card is a deuce. No help to Daniel. McLean checks this time.
You know, I think Daniel's talk has frozen McLean. Daniel talked his way into a free card.
There's a 5 on the river, and that earns McLean the check mark.
Why would you check aces on the turn? That was such a strange play. You had a straight draw and everything.
If I'm McLean and he's got the best hand, I just want to crawl into a hole. It's like Daniel is flashing a spotlight in your face.
McLean checks it. Daniel checks it out. There you go.
Aces.
I told you I knew what he had. I had a queen.
Over to our featured table, Daniel Negreanu under 2,000 chips now on the Milwaukee's Best Light Pocket Cam. He's got ace, king of spades. He's got good cards to play with today.
I don't think Daniel's won a hand for like a week, maybe longer.
He bet $250 over to Naylor Harrison, our paving contractor from Maryland.
What are you doing there?
Pocket queens.
Grabbing for more?
Yeah.
That good, huh?
Wow. Must have a pair. Daniel never stops fishing for information.
It's a raise to 700. Rest of the table, fold, fold, fold over to Sam Farha. King 10 offsuit.
Let's gamble.
He says, okay.
I have no choice. I call.
2 sharks in the water.
I'll take the profit. You guys take your money back.
3 to the flop. Harrison's queens lead the way right now. And here is our flop. It is 6, 4, 7, all diamonds. Harrison has the best diamond in the hole with a queen.
And he still has the pocket queens as well.
Farha first to act with a 10 of diamonds. He checks. Daniel checks. Harrison's all in. Just over 3,000 chips.
Must have diamond.
Sammy folds.
This would put Daniel all in.
Good flop for this hand.
But that flop completely missed his suited ace king as he shows.
And he folds. Naylor Harrison wins the hand with his queens.
I'm sure he had the ace of diamond or something.
No. 2 jacks, right? No.
I'm sure he had 1 diamond. Jacks or queens, either one.
Queen?
Tag team interrogation.
Okay.
Queen of diamond?
Wow, that's pretty.
So he looked at it 3 times to make sure it's diamond, not heart.
I wanted to make sure one of them was a diamond, Sammy.
That's why I laid it down.
If Sammy and Daniel ever knock on your front door, just shout out, nobody's home. These are 2 sharp tacks.
All right, let's go back to our featured table at the World Series of Poker, presented by Milwaukee's Best Light. Adam Jones from Sturgis, South Dakota, which is very close to Deadwood, where Wild Bill Hickok was killed playing poker. 7 deuce of hearts.
Wild Bill broke the first rule of poker. Keep your back to the wall.
Daniel Negreanu with pocket 9s. Daniel's going to raise it up to 2,200. Nobody gets a cheap card around here. Peter Antil with pocket 4s.
I'm sorry, did Adam Jones call with 7 deuce?
Of hearts.
Okay, he's playing Lon McCarron poker.
There's David Stuck, a truck driver from Erie, Pennsylvania. King 10 offsuit from the big blind.
Boy, I would say that's a loose call from the big blind.
1,600 more it cost him. Jones, with the raise to him, will call 1,600 more to him.
Jones called another bet with 7 deuce?
4 to the flop. It is deuce, 4, 6. Antil got just what he was looking for, a set of 4s.
Very nice.
Stuck checks. He's drawing dead. Over to Adam Jones.
Reaching for chips.
Picked up a pair of deuces. He puts in 2,800 chips.
I know Jones used to ride Bronx for a living, so he can be a little reckless, but are we kidding here?
Special with Negreanu after him. Daniel's going to raise it.
10,300.
10,300 more.
Yeah, Daniel likes the flop. It doesn't seem to threaten his pocket 9s.
Uncle.
Antil calls. Stuck folds.
That was a nice smooth call from Antil as Daniel eyed him.
Got to tell Daniel something.
Oh, Jones gets off the horse.
So heads up, Negreanu and Antil. 8 of spades, no help for Daniel, who trails big time.
And Daniel slows down. Lon, doesn't just have a sixth sense. I believe he has a seventh and eighth sense.
At least. Antle checks also.
Antle will not let him know the strength of his hand.
Another 8 on the river. Antle earns the check mark. And he's got the full boat. Daniel checks again.
Make it 15,000.
Make it 15,000 with pocket sixes or pocket fours. Which one is it?
Wow. He's the best.
Pocket sixes or pocket fours, quick.
Take your pick.
Huh?
Take your pick.
It's either one. Can't be either one, buddy. Pocket sixes, pocket fours. Which one?
He'll break him.
But why would you check the turn? You bet the turn, I was just going to fold. I really was. I was just going to give it to him. I mean, he had to have sixes or fours, but 15,000. There's a gazillion in there. I'm going to fold the second best hand.
He's right.
Daniel is the only player at the table, Lon, who has access to the other player's hole cards.
The amateur had the goods on Daniel, but Negreanu was able to get away from that hand and saved himself a lot of chips with that great read. Back to our featured table, and action has been hot and heavy. Daniel Negreanu with pocket cards of 9, 8 of hearts.
A lot of pros will tell you that's one of their favorite starting hands.
150 chips from Daniel. Over to Naylor Harrison from Annapolis, Maryland.
Re-raise.
Ace Jack offsuit re-raises to 400. Table action. Quickly folds after that raise. Over to Sam Farha.
He's on the button.
Sam with 9 juice
call.
Suited in spades.
With the bets in front of him, a lot of people would give that thing up, but Sammy loves the action.
Farha, Harrison, and Negreanu to the flop.
Let's chop it.
No, let's gamble. Let's have some fun, huh?
Sammy has the right idea.
The flop is 5, 6, 7. Negreanu flops a straight.
He flops the nut straight right now, and he will check it and try to get a bet from somebody. And Sammy flopped a flush draw and a straight draw, and he will bet.
1,000 chips from Farha. Daniel calls.
Easy call for Daniel, and there should be an easy fold for Harrison. He got no piece of that flop.
Harrison, though, was reaching.
I'm wrong once again.
He will make the call.
He's a holdem rookie, and those are cards you just get rid of.
Turn card is a king. Harrison drawing dead. Negreanu's odds improve.
That's a great-looking card for Daniel. It doesn't threaten his straight.
2,000.
He's going to raise it now to 2,000. Harrison with another decision. Finally gets rid of his cards.
Farha still on the straight draw and flush draw, and he will call.
Daniel trying to get a read on Sam. Now the river card. 5 of spades. Farha gets the flush. Oh, Daniel's hurting again.
Daniel's nut straight goes into flames on the river, and he's smart enough to check. Wow.
Action now on Sam. He's reaching for chips. And that's enough to put Daniel all in.
This is like how my whole month has been running, man. This is scary.
Daniel has a sixth sense like few do at his age.
Oh, brother, man.
Daniel agonizing that his straight is no longer the best hand.
Don't pair the board and don't put a spade up. I'm thinking like about the wrong cards. No queen, queen. No 5, no spade.
I couldn't fold here. I mean, you would have to zip me in a straitjacket to force me to give up those cards. However, Daniel's got great hand radar, and this is for all his chips. If he calls, he's out of here. He looks like he's giving it up the way he's holding those cards.
Daniel doesn't want to, and he does throw it away. What a laydown.
Had a little something on the flop.
Had a big hand, Daniel.
I had a straight on the flop, the 8, 9 hearts.
You folded the straight, Daniel?
Yeah, flopped straight. Looks like you might have had something.
I had it.
An amazing read by Daniel.